Hey everyone, I'm Talia.
And I'm Andy.
And this is the Bicoastal Bus. We have a 40-foot 2008 Thomas HDX safety liner.
We have an Allison transmission and a Mercedes engine. So let's take you around the bus.
So most people ask, how do you make money from the road? And for us, that means that we are making LED neon signs with our own two hands. So underneath the bus, we have a Shapeoko XXL, which allows us to cut up to 3 feet of acrylic right on board, powered by our solar panels up top. We use LED neon flex, and the awesome thing about us is that when you shop online for an LED neon sign, it's usually like a bro in his college dorm who's drop shipping it. We touch and make every single sign that goes out the door. So we started this business when I ordered a sign for my office. I paid $500 and a piece broke off of it, and I asked for a replacement part, and I realized that literally no one in the US makes their own neon signs, LED neon signs. So Andy's an electrician, and I have an eye for design, which you'll probably see when you go inside the bus. I hope it's unique. But we just decided we wanted to make beautiful things with our own hands, and so we started Love Lights and brought it with us on the road.
All right, on top of the bus, powering everything inside, we have 1,350 watts of solar panels, and we have 300 amp hours worth of battle-born batteries underneath that store it for us and allow us to power all our lights, our CNC machine, and everything else you'll see inside.
So we actually use a master lock and lock the door from the inside with slides. We really wanted to preserve the original bus doors. If you notice around our bus, we kept the bus windows and a couple other details inside that pay homage to it being a bus. But yeah, so for right now, Paz and I go out the front door and Andy exits out this door and padlocks it up. I mean, it's only as locked up as people want it to be because we got 30 windows on this bad boy, so people are coming in if they want to. But yep, we use a master lock and then slides on the front door. All right, so we have the outdoor shower hooked up. For me, growing up in Rhode Island, where there was always a beach house we could rent, like, there is no euphoria like taking an outside shower under the stars. Like, the first shower I took at the bus was outside in January because I was like, my life, I need this. So I also refer to this as the adult sprinkler. When it's like 100 degrees, we're just cruising through it. Beach life. And then we have understorage here. With this, we have an IKEA table, your standard stuff, our propane. We keep our Blackstone griddle under there. If you live on the road or you like camping, Blackstone griddle's where it's at. It folds up super conveniently, and it's how we've been cooking all of our breakfast, lunch, and dinner, even though we have an induction cooktop inside. We also opted to have the Gerard instant water heater. So with this, we get 20-minute hot showers instantly on demand. So with this bad boy, you do have to cut a hole in the side of your rig. I do not care. Super easy to run, use, and then if you run your 20 minutes up and you're plugged in, now we've been doing like the army showers here. But if you're actually at a campground, whatever, if you run your 20 minutes up and you're spoiling yourself, just turn it off, turn it back on. Again, instant heat. So, love this thing. Highly recommend.
All right, so that is everything outside of the bus. Let's take you inside so you can see what's in there.
All right, so listen, we lived in California for literally 2 years, and I have reverse seasonal depression there because in the summertime, literally everything turns brown. So we always wanted to carry some green grass with us because, you know, they say the grass is greener on the other side. It's always going to be the greenest with us. So you want to come on up and check out Bicoastal Bus. We wanted this bus to feel like a bus still. So like I mentioned about outside, how we kept some pieces of the bus, you'll see we kept the original bus windows, and then this was part of the bus inside: first aid kit, body fluid kit, road warning devices. I just feel like it's super kitschy and cute. Not necessarily that it fits the theme, but it's a bus, so it does fit the theme. Eventually we'll put a mini split inside of here. Right now it's really literally used for the first aid kit, the body fluid kit. So we were going back and forth about how we can incorporate our dog's crate into the house with us. So she has her own little safe space right in here where she can come rest as soon as we say bedtime. We put a little door over it with cane webbing. Matches the aesthetic. She's safe. That's the most important to us. And then we also knew that we wanted Dometic dual zone, whether we were boondocking for a long period of time. It's myself, my husband, and my 7-year-old. I don't know if you've ever been around a 7-year-old boy, but he can eat. So we do have the big fridge, but also this is going to be headed up on pistons very soon so that you just lift it up. But we also have a Dometic 95 dual zone under here. We have some extra shoe storage, so this one goes half and half. It's 12 volts, and then it runs on an app too on your phone, so you can always check and see what the power amperage sure is on the Dometic. We love it. That's where all of our deep freeze stuff goes, right there. We really knew we wanted to incorporate cane webbing in the bus. We also waffled on the color of this, but ultimately I'm really happy with how this turns out. We have your standard storage here. We need cushions still, but honestly, it's awesome. And then right here, we have the dinette. This is made out of the same quartz the countertop is cut from. This will eventually drop down, so this makes an entire day bed where we can sit, relax, hang out, and just kick back. I sat and had breakfast here for the first time today, and I was in my glory because it really is what made it feel like a real home. This was literally built over 2 days by Andy. I literally tell him exactly what I love, and he saw my vision and brought it to life with all the cane. We soaked it all for 30 minutes, cut it to size. I sent him a picture of a big known furniture store, and we kind of modified it to our needs so you can seat 2. And then also Andy will sit here and eat, and then Pasquale here. So it's customized for our family, which what's better than that?
Our ceiling here, just like the walls, is all birch plywood. We went with 1/8 inch on the ceiling. There is anywhere from 10 to 11 fairing strips underneath that try and keep it as curved as possible. One thing that we definitely did and went back and corrected, and we didn't know this, when you bend the birch, bend it the long way. So you're bending the full 8-foot length. You're bending it that way instead of trying to bend the 4-foot section. It makes it so that you don't splinter and you don't break it. That came from an old-time woodworker after we had put up too many sheets. It is something that we definitely like. I think the only thing we might change is we talked about finishing it with like a wax, just to protect it as we get into a more humid climate. When you come off the ceilings on both sides, you'll see the straight piece of birch as well. Behind that is either our new wiring for our 12 volt or 120 volt systems, and it also carries the original bus wiring. We tried not to mess with that too much and cause more headaches. Additionally, all the window dividers and pillars are just wrapped in 1/2 inch birch and then mitered and glued and nailed together just to give a finished look.
One thing that I knew that I really wanted to have to match the aesthetic of the bus was a Smeg refrigerator. When we lived in our apartment in Atlanta, we had one of these filled with straight seltzer water, and it was kind of like one of our fondest memories of living there. So these retail all out for like $2,900, and I happened to look on Facebook Marketplace, and this woman was selling hers for $800. So I went to her house like 15 minutes later, and I was like, "Are you sure, ma'am? Are you sure?" And the universe was like, "Girl, it is meant for you." She needed a bigger fridge because of COVID, and so she parted with this for $800. And I feel like I believe in like manifestation, and I'm a master manifester. So I got my Smeg fridge inside of my school bus home, and I could not tell you how happy I am, because I really feel like it's like the centerpiece of our living area between the couch and the kitchen. Big blue Smeg, which I love. So this brand is an Italian brand, super popular overseas in more European countries, and this unbelievably draws probably the least out of everything in here. You would think that it's pulling a ton of watts, but actually between the Dometic and the Smeg fridge, all the lights on, we're pulling under 100 watts right now. So it's really awesome. This is like the coldest fridge ever. I just had a water and frostbite, but I can't tell you how happy I am. It has a small freezer inside. Highly recommend if you can find one on Facebook Marketplace. Even better, but there's like a cult following for these, and so look up a Smeg. You will love it like I do. Maybe, I'm not sure, but it's the best. Really love our Smeg refrigerator. Alright, so right up top we have our Quora Fireball. Highly recommend and love these bad boys. They're cute, they match the decor, we pop it up there when we drive. We have one with our batteries, we have one under the sink, we have one with the engine, one under my son's bed, and one under our bed as well. We have the smaller fireballs for that, and what it does, it actually explodes when fire touches it, and it's an automatic fire extinguisher. Living in a metal tube, basically an oven, that was one of my biggest fears, and I feel so safe having this here. On Mother's Day, there was actually a dust devil. I don't know if you all know what that is, but it's actually a cyclone out of dust. And instead of like running, like, you know, you see in the movies a tornado and you're yelling at the screen, run, run. I literally was standing there, watched this tornado happen, and it started a huge fire. Now our bus takes like 10 minutes to get going because we drain the air tanks for the brakes. So I'm running to Andy saying, start the bus, because there's a huge fire happening and I'm watching it, and all I could imagine was us driving down the street and like throwing fireballs out the window to put the fire out. But yeah, really, safety is no joking matter. I know I sound like Smoking the Bear, but the peace that I have and I can sleep at night because I have my fireball is like uncomparable to anything else. Having to run and get one fire extinguisher versus knowing that these are anywhere that the fire can start and when my loved ones sleep is so much peace for me. So this is our cooking space. I do have a dual burner here. I have induction here, and then I have 2 gas cooktops. I also have this oven right here. This is a Furrion big boy oven. That's what I call it, the big guy Pro Series, because some dude on the internet told me I needed one to cook a pizza. It's still not hooked up yet. It's just there for show. But yeah, I love this thing. I use it for storage right now. Never been turned on. But yeah, I love my Furrion oven, the way it looks. I haven't cooked a pizza in it, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of pictures of that when I get to it. The induction does burn up some solar, so we usually use this during the day, and then at nighttime we cook on our Blackstone griddle, because we also haven't hooked the propane up yet for our cooktops. But again, I love this part because induction cooks really fast with magnets, and like you can boil water on 90 seconds on that. So while it does take a high draw of energy, the payoff is worth it because I can cook pasta in like 7 minutes including boil time. So half induction cooktop, half gas, so we have the choice to choose while we're out on the road. So this is our Kraus sink, which also came with the cutting board and the drying rack. And then we have this Delta faucet. I look forever for a black faucet that I love. And we decided to offset it, one, because clinical OCD, hi thanks. And then the other thing is that now it's like a pot filler that comes with the bus that you see in fancy houses. So I really love that functionality here. We really wanted the kitchen to have a Scandinavian style feel to it, which is why you see the recessed stove the way it is. The pink cabinets with no handles on it, this taller blank cabinet. So I think that we nailed that, and it feels really comfortable and really like home for us.
All right, so these floors are, every slat is custom built. We found a VCT flooring that we wanted, but luckily for us it was made in Europe, and there was like a $13,000 minimum order requirement, which we clearly wouldn't have hit in 280 square feet, so we replicated it. They are literally like 12-inch pieces with 30-degree cuts on each side, and we were able to make all of our hexagon shapes that way. Now, being that it's a bus and nothing is square and nothing is level, everyone got like tweaked just a little bit to make the angles work and make everything fit tight. And we actually ripped half of it up because we tried to match that original flooring with colors, and it just took out the grain and everything that is in the wood that makes it so beautiful. Everywhere in this bus except for the bathroom has this type of floor, and I think all the work and everything that went into it is definitely worth it because it is exactly what we wanted, and I think it's a big feature for the bus.
This is my room. My Legos, they will go under here, and my books are there, but I can't show you right now very much. And then that's set to look like a zombie's hand, and then this is supposed to be for my projector, my space projector, but I use it as a stand for my glove that doesn't have a place has a zombie hand, and for my hat, and then the book right here. And then my stick. Sorry that it fell down the last episode. And then, of course, this opens up and acts as a table, a step into my bed, and then when you flip it up, all of my clothes are underneath. So I guess that may be the end of my tour though, because, well, I've got a special way to say goodbye to all you guys watching. Okay, so goodbye. George is waving. And remember to subscribe and like of all of our videos.
So this is my pride and joy. I did all of the floors in this bathroom more times than I'm going to admit to you. It has hexagon penny tiles inside. It has 4x4 square tiles on the walls. I'm gonna let y'all see this, but this is our wet bath. So I am a fat person, and here's the deal. I do not see enough representation of fat people in the schoolie community. So I wanted to be sure that I did that and showed that you can have a space that's totally built and customized to your needs. No squeezing into a small 24-inch shower. I tried to go in my friend Sprinter's shower. I couldn't even get my boobs inside of that thing. So I wanted to make sure that I could shower comfortably and happily in here, because at the end of the day, this is my home. And this is the first home I ever owned. So we decided to take a 5x8 space and build our bathroom into it, because it really is somewhere that is peaceful and joyful. I know that sounds wild, but I live in 280 square feet with 2 boys, so I wanted to make sure that when I'm taking a shower, I can relax and enjoy myself, and the same for my entire family. So this does have a lot of features that showcase our personality, from the wallpaper here to the tiles to the floor. We lived in Atlanta for 16 months, but we've always loved Outcast. Atlanta's a vibe. Here's the deal, you can feel the city's energy, and we have small pieces to show that we love the city. So the first thing you see when you come into our wet bath is our separate villa. I know many of you are Nature's Head fans, but it took one YouTube video of me seeing a couple with a husband dumping poo stew into a bag to know that was not for me with the hand crank. The deal is that it takes 6 months for it to actually compost, so we knew that really wasn't going to make a difference for us. With this toilet, it has urine diversion in the front, which goes directly to our gray tank, and then it has in the back, it has a blue piece which slides open every time you sit down. Can you hear it? And what happens is solids go towards the back, and then as that piece slides, a bucket underneath rotates and a fan sucks any moisture out. So like I said, I live with 2 boys. I have never smelled anything in this 280 square feet. I love this toilet and highly recommend separate villa. Like I said, I know there are purists, but I will take this to the grave right here. Love this toilet. And it has 350-pound weight capacity. So if I am on it, or any of my fat friends come over, you never have to worry about sitting on an uncomfortable seat, because this bad boy is secure as a bug in a rug. So the decision to make this bathroom this size was not a hard one. Of course, there's a lot of mental Olympics when you're building a bus so that you can do something unique. We really wanted to have the side hallway and then into a center hallway so that you can walk right into the bedroom. So we have 1-inch penny tiles on the floor in the hexagon shape. It says "So fresh and so clean, clean" as a shout out to Atlanta and Outcast, whom we love dearly. And you're in the shower. It took me probably 4 times to do this. Now, if you look at these tiles and count how many thousands there are, we used the wrong grout the first time and it all washed away. So I had to scrape out every single thing and re-grout this twice. We have all custom floor, all custom walls. We went with the half white and half black 4x4 square tiles, so it's a wet bath. This wallpaper is water resistant. We just shower just like this. We don't put anything up. This is made water resistant. We are going to add a door to the front. And this sink is concrete designs. It's a concrete sink, which I love. However, we used Dr. Bronner's soap in it and it stained it. So if you go with a concrete sink, do not use Dr. Bronner's. However, I am going to resand it so it comes back to its original, but we got the pink sink with the pink walls and the pink cabinets. Love to see it. We also added a bench in so we can sit down if we like. We have a skylight here. And this kind of goes back to that showering outside. When it's nighttime, we bust this open and shower under the moon and stars. Yeah, we. And I love this feature because it's just as good as showering outside. We have the Nebia by Moen shower head with the sprayer attachment, and really just love this as a zen space to share a little bit of quiet. You do walk into the bathroom. I do not have any type of cling on this to cover it because it is just us here, and eventually I will put in the hallway to separate the space some sort of like glass bead or something like that to give the living room and kitchen separate, but I really don't want to put any cling on the front door. We have 2 glass coastal doors. That's the brand. Here they're the same width, size, and height. And it really is the showpiece when you first walk on the bus, this wallpaper. So I want to preserve that by keeping this door really just as a waterproof barrier, and then create something up front that gives a little more privacy. I realize this isn't for everyone, but it's our home and we built it just for us and mine. So it's a little quirky, a little unique, and I hope you love it like we do. If not, that's okay. All right, so now I'm going to take you into our bedroom. If you notice up front, we do have a max air fan, and then we also have one in the back. Reason why we did that up front is for the cooking smells, and then also back here for the shower, and actually it goes both ways. So we have like dual exhaust for the shower plus the skylight. It really helps keep the moisture and humidity down. You come in, there's my rug my best friend Lindsay sent to me. And Andy in our California king bed. Like I said, I needed a space for this to feel like an actual true home. So this mattress is actually called a Big Fig mattress. It's made with a bigger body in mind. So it's super firm, but actually really comfortable and supportive. And we have no more backaches on this. So really love this Big Fig mattress. Like I said, we built this house really custom with us in mind. If you want to come into the bedroom, we have custom cane webbing doors with the arch. This side is mine. I'm not opening it. This side is mine with all my clothes, bags, toiletries, things like that. And then this side is Andy's, and then our washing machine. We line dry everything. So I'm going to open the doors and show you so you can pan down and see our washing machine. It's awesome. It's a GE. It's just like a standard home washing machine. We measured it to fit on top of the wheel well. This is where our 2 wheel wells are. So it's actually a lot of fun because this is like my privacy shade. I get out of the shower, I open these, and then I get dressed. So yeah, that is the closet space for hair. If you notice, we don't have a lot, but we have everything we need by way of like closets and tucking stuff away. But yeah, this is, like I said, the California king bed. We opted to keep our air conditioning in for Andy, so we have ductwork that comes out, and then we just peel that custom piece off. If you want to show them, Andy. And then that's just like the intake for the bus air conditioning. So we left that in. Again, the headboard is all totally custom cane webbing. All the pillows are from Society 6 if you see something you like and you want to duplicate it.
So under the California king, I guess you could consider this the garage. You can lift this piece of wood out, and then the bed frame is actually on a hinge, so you can lift it up. And the goal will be to put these on gas struts, so that way we don't have to hold the bed up when we need to get something from underneath. All right, so a little bit technical side of the bathroom. This bathroom floor is dry packed with sand. It is flat from the toilet almost to the middle of the sink, and then we used a sloping system and sloped it into the linear drain. Once we completed that, we went through and did an entire curdy floor, and then we went up the walls with it all the way to the birch ceiling. And then we used a standard grout and mortar for all the tiles on the floor and the walls, and so far we haven't had any issues with the tile cracking or falling off.
So to build Bicoastal Bus, it took us 1 year. We drove her home on May 31st from Las Vegas, and we hit the road the first week of June. So some of you may be wondering what we spent to build our bus from top to bottom, and the number is currently around $35,000. This is with all the work done by myself and my husband, whom is an electrician. So I think it is something that's attainable, especially considering that our rent was $4,000 a month in the Bay Area, and we were bleeding it dry. And so around $35,000, and that includes the bus, which was $10,000. How is this lifestyle attainable and sustainable as far as finances go? And for us, I've actually owned my own business for the past 13 years of selling adult novelties and spa products, and 3 years ago we started our own family business together, hand making LED neon signs. So where there's a will, there is a way, and the links to both of our shops will be listed below in the description. So we're the Kingstons. We live here on Bicoastal Bus, which is a 40-foot Thomas HGX safety liner, which we love so much. If you have any questions for us, you can visit us at Bicoastal Bus on Instagram. We're so happy to answer, and I'll be checking them out. I just want to shout out Isaac. Thanks so much for having us to film our schoolie. Literally, we've been living in the bus since January, so it's been 6 months, but this is our first week on the road. So be gentle with us, be loving, be kind, treat each other nicely. All the links will be below in the comments.
And also remember to like and subscribe.
You're not gonna get your tablet tomorrow. Come and get it. We're here to chat and talk with y'all. Thanks for spending some time of your life with us.
Thank you.
Hopefully we see you out on the road.